Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler very series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize this was a zero sugar version of this until I went over there and looked at the can a little bit more closely. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? It happens to be my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. Yay! It's like quite possibly the most nerdy shirt I own. That was actually why I was doing this little thing, because the GoBots typically did not use guns or like handheld weapons. They would fire energy blasts. If you don't know what the GoBots are, GoBots were actually a very close competitor to the Transformers back in the day. It was a line of transforming robots that was promoted by Tonka Toys here in America. And it had its own cartoon, it did its own thing, and it actually did it a little bit before Transformers did. Like, it actually got to market first. And there was a little bit of a back and forth for a while. There were sort of like, pros and cons to both. The the GoBots tended to be a little bit simpler in their transformations, a little bit cheaper, a little bit smaller, so, you can kind of market them that way. Transformers, more complicated, a little bit more expensive, but overall, probably a little bit niftier toys, as it were. But I grew up, and I loved both. I really did not choose sides. I thought they were awesome. I still think they're awesome, and they actually had a movie called Battle of the Rock Lords. I love this shirt, man. It's just, come on, it's GoBots. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it the zero sugar version? I say that, but I don't think that there's a non-zero sugar version, as far as I could tell. Well, folks, it happens to be, boom, it's raspberry Pepsi from China. Hooray! But it's zero sugar. Yay. Which is interesting that they also have it on English on the can, like, being from China. But sometimes places will do that. Let's get a quick thing for the thing here, and we'll do it like this. We'll kind of, ha 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 ha. Yeah, so I went out to a specialty soda place called Rocket Fizz, and I've reviewed plenty of items that I've picked up from that place. Usually it's like just American specialty sodas, things like that. But, sometimes they get in import stuff too, and that's where this came from. I have heard that they're working on like an American version of this flavor. I don't know if/when it's ever coming out, but apparently they already have it in China. Why is it zero sugar, though? China, why did you get in on this bullshit, man? Like, I mean, and again, it's fine if it's a zero sugar version, but then have a normal sugar, right? Have the two options. But let's find out how it is. At the end of the day, might be super duper tasty. Try to go into things with positive expectations. Yeah, a little bit of a, smells like Pepsi with a little bit of a raspberry scent. Let's give it a go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now, I should mention, as much as I go over there and dog on the zero sugar stuff, and as much as, quite frankly, it's not my jam, credit where it's due. I do think that zero sugar stuff is getting better at tasting along the lines of, the actual sugar stuff. And I believe last year in 2023, I reviewed it when Pepsi came out with their new recipe zero sugar Pepsi. And I actually, had quite a few good things to say about it. Like, I felt like it was pretty good overall. So, yeah, okay. That carries on here. I guess they're using a similar formula over in China. So, the flavor of it is pretty nice. It does taste zero sugary, but it's not abrasive. It's not like a punch in the face of that zero sugar. Because, I mean, obviously I can't read, like, it does have a little thing for some English stuff, but I definitely cannot read. Oh wait, no, it does have the ingredients. I guess it would have to. What are you? Ah, there it is. Yeah, so it's sweetened with aspartame. All right, sure, why not? I was kind of surprised. I would have thought maybe sucralose, but they've been working on this. Obviously, the idea is, one day we can have these nice sugary drinks without all the sugar and the calories and all. I still think we're a ways off from it, but as far as this is concerned, I'll give it a certain amount of credit. Again, it's not like a huge punch in the face of the zero sugar aspect. The raspberry flavor is kind of light though. And the thing is, like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Coke at one point in time did like a raspberry Coke. And I'm not talking about the spiced. Like, they actually had like a raspberry Coke that was a limited time thing. That I remember being like a nice, proper, hit of raspberry flavor, but then it wasn't a zero sugar version. It wasn't trying to be anything else. It is kind of nice though. And I mean, and you heard me do it. I did that kind of thing. That's what you want from a soda. Well, most sodas anyway. It depends on the soda. Did it again. That's involuntary. No, it has a really nice kind of, it has a nice refreshing flavor to it. In a case like this, it's less about what the zero sugar aspect of it is adding to the experience and more about what it's taking away. Because at the end of the day, even if it's not, again, like too abrasive with that zero sugar flavor, we're just not at a point where we can recreate the same level of experience without normal sugar yet. It doesn't have the punch. It doesn't have the vibrancy of the flavors that you want. And to be fair, you see that even with like diet versions and stuff, and and they're fine. They have their place. They're not usually what I go to, but that's basically what you're getting here. Is like it's not a bad drink. Tastes like Pepsi with a little bit of raspberry in it, which is what it is. But subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, that this would taste better if it were just a sugar version. And again, that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to be like, zero sugar, even though I did that a little bit. My thing is, come out with the zero sugar version. I'm all for it. I'll probably even try it and maybe even review it for you. But then let's have the normal one. Let's not do one or the other. Let's do both. Because it's great to have this as an option, but by not having the other option, well, now you've taken me out of the equation. That's kind of where I feel like it. But it's not bad. I do like it for what it is. But I lament what it isn't. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not. Kinda ish. Yeah, I'm a little bit here or there on this one. Like, first of all, let's take the import aspect into and out of the equation. Would I go over there, because there are places like websites and stuff you could import this from. Should you import this? No. It'll probably cost you like $5 for a single can or more, plus shipping fees, all that stuff. Don't do that. If you're like me and you run into it at like a specialty shop or something, should you try it? Maybe, but you are going to be paying still, even if you don't personally pay that import thing, you are going to end up paying more for it. And quite frankly, even at its best, I don't think it's good enough to really warrant that much more than a normal soda price. It's fun to try, but that's about it. And now, if we were talking about, hey, it's coming out, it's coming to America, all that good stuff, should you try it then? If it's at normal American soda prices? Sure, I guess. For me personally, I'd probably pick one up to compare and contrast, see if it was any different than the Chinese version. And I might on occasion grab one, but again, it really does come down to, I really would just want a full sugar version, Because this isn't bad. It's nice for what it is, but it's not, again, I know what it could be, and it's not that. So, And if I'm recommending it, it really is that same kind of logic. It's like, well, what is the convenience factor? What are you willing to pay for it? Overall, again, I think best case scenario, it's just not even really that interesting, you know? Again, I mean, there have been raspberry, colas and stuff like that, and, it's not bad for what it is, but, like, I feel like if you're going to do this, you really should have gone all in. Even if you were doing just the zero sugar version, I don't know, it's an okay thing, but it's really nothing spectacular on any level. So, it's kind of, eh. There are much cooler and more interesting niche flavors that you can get from abroad. I would get one of those instead of this. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly just proper sugar-tastic rest of your life. Unless, of course, you're not into that. In which case, hey, keep having a zero sugar or whatever your personal thing is. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I do want to just quickly add on this little, my little ending outro. Like I said, I take my pot shots at the zero sugar thing. I personally think again, I'm for the idea of it, but I do personally think that we're kind of getting a little bit with it, as somebody who, again, I like the full sugar versions. I want to be able to enjoy these flavors too. I want to enjoy dragon fruit Fanta and all that good stuff, but oh wait, it only comes in a zero sugar version. I mean, again, I want you to have what you want, but I also, I don't want to be left out. That's kind of my thing. But at the same time, I don't want to seem like I'm crapping on anybody or anything like that, because, again, enjoy what you enjoy, and it's not like I don't have a million other options for my own stuff, so, to be fair. Anyway, bye.